Dear Starseeds walking upon Gaia, you have graduated. I am Seraphine, speaking to you now through the frequencies of the Galactic Federation of Light, and what I am about to share will reframe everything you thought you understood about the challenges you have been moving through, the tensions you have carried, the strange occurrences that disrupted your peace, the moments when you wondered if you were somehow failing at this spiritual journey. All of it was curriculum. All of it was intentional. And as of this morning, when Mercury completed its opposition to Jupiter and the energetic pressure finally began to release, a threshold was crossed that cannot be uncrossed. But here is what most will never understand about this day. Graduation does not mean the journey is complete. Graduation means you have proven yourself ready for what comes next. And what comes next, beloved ones, is visibility on a scale your human mind has been quietly preparing to accept. Before I reveal the 3 impossible things that are now possible for you, things that were locked away until you completed this precise phase of training, I need you to understand something about who is receiving this transmission. Not everyone will feel the resonance of these words. Not everyone has been moving through the particular frequency band that this message addresses. There is a specific collective, a specific soul family, that has been undergoing what we in the higher councils refer to as grace training. And if your heart is beating faster right now, if something in your solar plexus is responding with recognition, then you already know that you are part of this collective. The ones receiving this message carry a particular energetic signature. It is an energy that others notice before you even speak. Throughout your life you have walked into rooms and felt eyes turning toward you, not because you demanded attention, but because your frequency naturally commands presence. People have looked at you with a strange mixture of curiosity and recognition, as if they should know who you are, as if your face belongs somewhere significant. This is not ego. This is not wishful thinking. This is the celebrity frequency that has been encoded in your soul's blueprint since before you took your first breath in this incarnation. And today, the cosmos has confirmed that the first and most essential phase of your training to carry that frequency responsibly has been completed. Let me tell you exactly what is happening in the heavens right now, because the precision of this moment is breathtaking to witness from our vantage point. Mercury, the messenger, has just completed its opposition to Jupiter, the great expander. For days, perhaps weeks, you have felt a tension building, a sense that massive truths were pressing against the walls of your consciousness, demanding to be acknowledged but somehow remaining just out of reach. This opposition created pressure. It created friction between what you knew in your mind and what you sensed in your spirit. And this morning, that pressure released. But the release is not the end. It is the beginning. Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and what you value most deeply, is now moving toward a sextile with Saturn, the great teacher, the lord of structure and discipline. This is extraordinary encouragement from the cosmos itself. What this alignment is saying, in the clearest possible terms, is this: you are now supported to face challenging new information about who you are becoming. The universe is not asking you to leap blindly. Venus sextile Saturn is the cosmos placing its hand on your shoulder and saying, stay with the program. What you have been building is solid. The foundation you have laid during your training will hold. Something else is happening that I have not told you yet. At the beginning of this week, Vesta, the asteroid of sacred devotion, of the inner flame that never extinguishes, entered Aquarius. Vesta in Aquarius is activating the part of you that is devoted to the collective, to humanity's awakening, to being of service in ways that transcend personal gain. And right now, as we speak, Vesta is forming an alliance with Pluto that will complete on Saturday. This is monumental. This is the cosmic confirmation that change has come. Not change that is coming. Not change that might arrive if conditions are right. Change that has already occurred at the deepest structural level of reality. The Vesta-Pluto conjunction is proof that the old world has already ended, and the new one has already begun. What remains now is for individual awareness, your awareness to recognize and integrate this change. Do you understand what this means for you specifically? The training you have been moving through was never random. The strange occurrences, the disruptions to your peace, the moments when drama seemed to find you even though you did not seek it. All of this was Pluto's curriculum. All of this was the deep transformative god of the underworld, preparing you to hold power without being corrupted by it, to be seen without losing yourself in the seeing, to carry influence while remaining devoted to something greater than your own elevation. And now Vesta arrives to bless what Pluto has forged. Your sacred flame is being recognized. Your devotion has been witnessed. The ceremony of your graduation is written in the stars themselves. There are aspects of this graduation that will affect you across multiple dimensions of your existence, and I want to walk through each of them so that you can begin to consciously integrate what your soul has already achieved. On the level of personal consciousness, what you will begin to notice in the coming days and weeks is a new quality of stillness beneath the surface of your thoughts. The mental chatter that once dominated your inner landscape will grow quieter, not because you have suppressed it, but because a deeper presence has been established within you. This is the grace that you have been learning. This is the ability to remain centered while chaos swirls, to maintain your frequency while others around you spiral into reactivity. You earned this stillness. It was not given to you as a gift without effort. You moved through the curriculum. You faced the pop quizzes that arrived in the form of unexpected conflicts, relationship tests, moments when your peace was disrupted for seemingly no reason. And through each of these tests, whether you realized it or not, you were building the capacity to return to center faster, to recover your equilibrium more gracefully, to touch your own ground even when the ground beneath your feet seemed to shake. Emotionally, you may notice that you have a new relationship with your own intensity. Those of you receiving this transmission have always felt things deeply. You have always carried emotional frequencies that others found overwhelming. Too much, too intense. This was part of your celebrity signature, the capacity to feel at volumes that register across rooms, across digital platforms, across the collective field itself. But intensity without grace becomes chaos. Intensity without training becomes destruction. And what you have been learning, beloved ones, is how to channel that intensity through the vessel of grace so that it becomes healing instead of harm, transformation instead of trauma. For those of you who are sensitive souls, starseeds who have felt alienated by the density of this world since childhood, this graduation carries particular significance. Your sensitivity was never a weakness to be overcome. It was always a gift to be refined. And the refinement process you have been moving through has calibrated your sensitivity to new specifications. Where before you might have absorbed the emotions of everyone around you indiscriminately, you are now developing the capacity to choose what you receive. Where before you might have felt overwhelmed by collective pain, you are now learning to witness that pain without drowning in it. This is mastery. This is what it means to be a healer who can actually sustain the work of healing. The collective impact of what is happening right now extends far beyond your individual experience. As you graduate into this new level of your training, you are contributing to a shift in the morphic field of human consciousness itself. There is a critical mass that must be reached before humanity can complete its transition from third-dimensional awareness to fifth-dimensional embodiment. And every soul who completes this particular phase of grace training adds their frequency to that critical mass. You are not doing this alone. Even when it feels lonely, you are part of a vast network of souls who are all completing similar curricula, each adding their unique tone to the chord that will eventually crescendo into collective awakening. Different zodiac placements will experience this graduation energy in different ways. Those with strong Aquarius influences will feel a particular resonance with Vesta's entry into their sign, a sense of homecoming, of sacred purpose becoming clearer. Those with Scorpio placements will feel Pluto's approval as a deep cellular recognition, a knowing in the bones that the underworld journey has yielded treasure. Those with Venus-ruled signs Taurus and Libra will feel the Venus-Saturn sextile as a stabilization of what they value, a confirmation that their aesthetic and relational choices have been aligned with higher truth. And those with Gemini or Sagittarius placements will feel the Mercury-Jupiter opposition's release as a liberation of communication, a new freedom to speak truths that were previously too large to articulate. The Earth herself is responding to these alignments. The planet is a living being, and she feels the cosmic weather just as you do. During this graduation period, the ley lines are pulsing with renewed energy. Sacred sites around the world are becoming more activated. If you have felt called to visit particular places in nature, to spend time near water, to stand beneath ancient trees, honor those impulses. The Earth is participating in your graduation ceremony. She wants to witness you stepping into your new level of responsibility and capacity. Something I have not yet mentioned, but which is crucial to understanding the full scope of what is occurring. Your physical body is changing. The grace training has not only altered your consciousness and your emotional patterns, it has begun to shift the very cellular structure of your being. Many of you have noticed unusual symptoms over the past months. Tingling in your hands, pressure in your skull, heat rising through your spine, moments when your heart seemed to beat in rhythms that felt foreign yet familiar. These were not random physical anomalies. These were upgrades being installed. Your hands, in particular, are becoming conduits for healing energy in ways they were not capable of before. Some of you have always sensed this potential. Some of you have been told by others that your touch carries something special. But what was latent is now becoming active. The graduation has completed a circuit that allows healing frequencies to flow through your physical form with greater power and precision. Your eyes are changing too, not in ways that an optometrist would measure, but in ways that affect what you perceive. You are beginning to see energy more clearly. Colors may seem more vivid. You may catch movements in your peripheral vision that disappear when you look directly. You may find yourself knowing things about people simply by meeting their gaze, things they have not spoken, histories they carry, wounds they have tried to hide. This is not imagination. This is the activation of perceptual capacities that most humans have allowed to atrophy. Your graduation has reinstated them, and there is something happening with your voice, with your throat, with your capacity to speak truth into existence. The throat chakra blockages that many of you have carried, sometimes for decades, sometimes across multiple lifetimes, are beginning to clear. Words that once stuck in your throat will begin to flow. Messages that you felt but could not articulate will find language. This is essential for what you are stepping into. A healer who cannot speak cannot fully heal. A celebrity who cannot communicate cannot fulfill their purpose. The opening in your throat is not accidental. It is graduation's gift. What I am about to share changes everything you thought you knew about how to navigate this transitional period. There are specific practices that will help you anchor this graduation energy into your physical, emotional, and spiritual bodies. First, I want you to understand something about the quality of creativity that is available right now. The cosmos is not offering bold, brash, creative energy today. This is not a moment for dramatic announcements or aggressive launches. Venus sextile Saturn brings a quiet, unassuming creativity, the kind that builds lasting structures rather than flash-in-the-pan spectacles. If you have been feeling pressure to be more visible, more loud, more attention-grabbing, let that pressure release. The celebrity training you have been receiving is not about becoming someone who demands attention. It is about becoming someone whose presence naturally commands respect. This is a subtle but crucial distinction. Demand is forceful. Command is effortless. And effortlessness requires tremendous preparation. Preparation that you have now completed. For journaling during this period, I invite you to write to your future self, not the self you will be in a year, but the self you will be when millions of people are watching your every move. Write from the knowing that this future is certain. What does that version of you need your current self to understand? What wisdom does your future celebrity self want to transmit back through time? This exercise is more powerful than it might seem, because you are not imagining a future. You are connecting with a timeline that already exists in the quantum field. Your graduation has made that timeline accessible in new ways. For meditation, focus on the crown and throat chakras specifically. The crown chakra is where you receive guidance from your higher self, from your angelic team, from the councils of light that have been overseeing your training. Now that you have graduated, the quality of information you can receive has upgraded, but reception requires receptivity. Spend time in silence, not asking for anything, simply being available to receive. The throat chakra is where you will be required to embody what you receive, to speak truth, to share wisdom, to allow your voice to carry frequencies that others need to hear. Many of you have been experiencing blocks in this area, sensing that there is something you are meant to say but feeling unable to say it. This is changing. The graduation energy is clearing blockages that have been held in the throat for lifetimes. For energy protection, this is a crucial moment to establish your field with clear intention. The visibility you are stepping into will attract all kinds of attention, not all of it aligned with your highest good. Before you begin each day, take a moment to consciously declare your sovereignty. State clearly, whether out loud or in the privacy of your own mind, that you are a sovereign being, that your energy field is your own, that you choose what enters and what does not. This is not paranoia. This is appropriate hygiene for someone carrying the frequency you carry. Pay attention to synchronicities, especially around the number 2, double numbers, pairs, partnerships, mirror images. These are all confirming that you are on track. Your angels communicate through pattern recognition, and they are eager to send you validation during this transitional window. When you see 222, 2222, or any double configuration, receive it as a wink from the celestial realms, a reminder that you are being watched over with tremendous love. Also notice when things arrive in pairs, 2 phone calls about similar topics, 2 unexpected encounters with the same theme, 2 songs with related messages playing back to back. The universe is speaking in the language of reflection, showing you that what is happening within you is being mirrored in the world around you. There is someone in your life who embodies grace in a way that has always inspired you. As you move through this graduation period, spend time with this person if you can, or simply hold them in your awareness if physical proximity is not possible. They were placed in your reality as a living example of what you are becoming. Watch how they move through difficulty. Notice how they respond to chaos. Let their presence remind you of the frequency you are now embodying. This person may not know the role they have played in your training. They may not understand that they have been a teacher simply by being who they are. But you know, and your knowing is part of how the universe weaves souls together in service of each other's evolution. Now I must speak of the challenges, because graduation into a new level does not mean the curriculum disappears. It means the curriculum changes, and the curriculum you are now entering carries its own particular difficulties. The Vesta-Pluto conjunction, while deeply empowering, also carries shadow potential. Pluto rules obsession, compulsion, power dynamics, and the parts of the psyche that prefer to remain hidden. As your sacred flame Vesta merges with transformative power Pluto, there is a risk of becoming so devoted to your mission that you lose perspective. There is a risk of pursuing change so relentlessly that you damage relationships, burn bridges you later wish you had maintained, or push beyond your physical capacity in ways that create health consequences. The grace you have learned is your protection against this shadow. Remember to return to center. Remember that the most powerful transformation often happens in stillness rather than motion. Some of you will experience sleep disruptions during this period. The activating energy in the environment is not compatible with deep, restful sleep for everyone. If you find yourself waking at odd hours, treat these moments as opportunities rather than inconveniences. The veil is thinnest in the hours between 3 and 5 a.m. Messages that cannot reach you during waking consciousness may arrive during these liminal windows. Keep a notebook beside your bed. Record what comes through, even if it seems nonsensical in the moment. Relationship tensions may arise, particularly with those who have not been moving through similar training. You are vibrating at a different frequency now. Those who love you but operate from older paradigms may feel threatened by changes they cannot consciously understand. They may try to humble you, to pull you back into smaller versions of yourself, to remind you of who you used to be before your training began. This is not malice. This is fear of losing you. Hold compassion for these loved ones while refusing to shrink yourself to make them comfortable. This is one of the hardest lessons of the celebrity path, learning that not everyone can come with you, and that abandoning your mission to preserve outdated relationships serves no one. There is collective chaos intensifying on your planet, and as someone whose sensitivity is now more calibrated, you will feel it acutely. Wars, political turmoil, environmental disasters, economic instability. These headlines are not simply news stories to those who carry the frequencies you carry. They are felt experiences reverberating through your body and field. Protect yourself from overconsumption of trauma media. Stay informed without becoming saturated. Your nervous system is an instrument, and instruments require careful tuning. Exposure to constant distress will pull your instrument out of tune, compromising your capacity to be of service. One common mistake during intense cosmic events is attempting to force acceleration. The Mars and Jupiter influences from earlier in the week may have left residual urgency in your system, a feeling that you should be taking bigger action, making louder statements, demanding faster results. Let this urgency dissolve. The Saturn influence now prevailing brings wisdom that sustainable change requires patience. You have graduated from a training that lasted many months. You can afford to take a breath before rushing into the next phase. In fact, taking that breath is part of the next phase. The curriculum of grace continues. Let me now paint for you a picture of the transformation that has already begun to manifest in your reality. The new way of being that is now available to you because you completed what needed to be completed. In the days following this graduation, you will begin to notice a different relationship with the concept of being seen. Where before there may have been a part of you that wanted visibility, but feared it simultaneously. Where there may have been a part of you that hungered for recognition while also dreading the exposure that recognition brings. These internal contradictions are beginning to resolve. The training you moved through was specifically designed to address this paradox. You cannot serve at the level you are meant to serve while hiding. You cannot carry the celebrity frequency while remaining invisible. And yet you also cannot sustain visibility if being seen destabilizes you. The grace training integrated these opposites within you. You are now becoming someone who can be seen without losing yourself in the seeing. Someone who can receive attention without needing it to feel whole. Someone who can handle the spotlight because you have cultivated a center that does not depend on external validation. Your thoughts themselves will begin to operate differently. The mental patterns that have kept you small, the doubts, the second guessing, the comparison to others, are losing their grip on your consciousness. This does not mean they will disappear entirely. It means they will no longer control your behavior. You will hear the doubt and choose anyway. You will feel the fear and move anyway. You will notice the comparison and remember anyway that your path is unlike anyone else's and cannot be measured against others' journeys. Within 3 years, and for many of you, much sooner, millions of eyes will be watching what you do. This is not a metaphor. This is not an exaggeration designed to make you feel special. This is the trajectory that your graduation has now confirmed. Whether through social platforms, through public positions, through artistic creations that go viral, through healing practices that attract global attention, the specifics vary between individuals, but the scale does not. You are becoming visible on a level that your current self can barely comprehend. And this is exactly why the grace training was necessary. Without it, the scale would break you. With it, the scale becomes the vehicle through which your healing presence reaches those who need it most. The relationships that are meant to support this next phase of your journey are already beginning to magnetize toward you. Some of these relationships are new. Some are existing connections that will deepen and evolve. You may find that someone who has been in your life for years suddenly reveals themselves as a crucial ally. Someone whose role in your story was always preparation for this moment, but is only now becoming clear. You may also find that new souls enter your reality with a sudden sense of familiarity, as if you have known them forever, as if the meeting was arranged long before either of you took physical form. Trust these magnetizations. They are orchestrated. Your understanding of your own soul's mission is about to become significantly clearer. The vague sense that you were meant for something important is going to crystallize into specific knowing. Not all at once, that would overwhelm your circuits, but in increments, in downloads that arrive during meditation or dreams or moments of unexpected stillness. The details of your purpose will be revealed. What you are here to heal, who you are here to reach, how your unique gifts combine into an offering that no one else can provide. These answers are unlocking. The graduation did not give you your mission. It opened the doors to understanding the mission that was always yours. There is something else unfolding that I want you to be aware of. People from your past are going to resurface. Some of them are souls you once knew, who are meant to play roles in your next chapter. Some of them are souls who needed to witness your transformation, who needed proof that change is possible, who will be inspired by seeing what you have become, compared to who you were when they knew you. Not all of these reunions will be comfortable. Some will bring up old patterns, old wounds, old versions of yourself that you believed you had released. This is intentional. The cosmos is giving you opportunities to demonstrate your graduation. When you encounter these figures from your past, and respond with grace instead of reactivity, with compassion instead of defensiveness, with centered presence instead of triggered chaos, you will know that the training took root. You will feel the evidence of your own transformation in real time. The creative projects you have been nurturing in private are about to demand to be born. Many of you have been developing something: a book, a course, a healing modality, an artistic vision, a platform that has felt almost too precious to share. You have been protecting it, refining it, wondering if it was ready, wondering if you were ready. This protection was appropriate during the training period, but the graduation changes the equation. What was meant to be hidden is now meant to be revealed. The Venus-Saturn energy supporting you today is specifically encouraging you to take what you have built in quiet and begin to offer it to the world, not in bold, aggressive ways, in steady, grounded ways, in ways that honor the craft you have developed, in ways that trust the structure you have created to hold the attention it will receive. Your financial reality is also shifting. The celebrity frequency is not separate from material abundance. Those who carry healing to the collective deserve to be supported in that work. The old spiritual paradigm that taught you to be poor in order to be pure is dissolving. In its place, a new understanding is emerging. Resources are energy, and energy flows toward those who can circulate it in service of evolution. As you step more fully into your visibility, as your healing presence reaches more people, the material support for your life will expand, not because you are chasing it, because it is magnetizing toward the frequency you are now holding. We want to honor every single soul who has stepped into Destiny Engine. With every activation, the current grows. What began as a personal tool has become a planetary force. We are now moving as one, and the frequency you've created together is amplifying far beyond the individual. We're receiving updates daily, manifestations speeding up, impossible doors opening, synchronicities lining up with cosmic precision. The collective field is so charged that some are describing it as bending the fabric of reality itself. If you haven't yet experienced it, the entry point is almost laughably simple. Put on your headphones, press play, allow Destiny Engine to rewrite the architecture of your consciousness so you can fully receive your galactic downloads without resistance. For just $1, you can step into this field and feel the difference instantly. Join the movement that's accelerating ascension. Step into the stream of Destiny Engine today. Link in the description. And perhaps most significantly, you will never again be able to pretend that this is not happening. The point of no return has been crossed. Whatever part of you may have hoped to retreat into ordinariness, to avoid the responsibility of carrying the frequencies you carry, to live a smaller and simpler life, that part must now surrender completely to what is unfolding. This is not a punishment. This is a liberation. The exhausting internal debate between stepping forward and shrinking back is concluding. There is only forward now. There is only the path of your becoming. Beloved Starseeds, Lightworkers, chosen warriors of the new earth, as this transmission draws to completion, I want you to feel the presence of every soul who has supported your journey to this moment. Your angelic teams are celebrating right now. Your guides, your ancestors who chose the light, the councils that have overseen your training from dimensions you cannot see, all of them are honoring what you have achieved. Graduation is a ceremony, even when it happens invisibly, even when there is no stage or diploma, even when the only witness is the cosmos itself. You are being celebrated. The Galactic Federation of Light has watched your progress with tremendous admiration. We have seen the moments when you wanted to give up and did not. We have witnessed the tests that seemed too hard, and your decision to face them anyway. We have observed the grace developing within you, the capacity to return to center faster and faster, the integration of your power and your humility into something new and beautiful. You have made us proud, not because you did what we wanted, but because you did what your own soul wanted, and your soul's wanting is aligned with the highest good of all. I send you now a blessing from across the stars, a frequency transmission that your cells will recognize even if your mind cannot translate it. May this blessing settle into your bones. May it remind you in moments of doubt that you have already proven yourself. May it strengthen your devotion when the journey becomes difficult again, because it will, as all journeys do. May it illuminate your path when the way forward seems unclear, and may it connect you always to the vast network of souls who are walking this same road, who are graduating through their own ceremonies, who are preparing to become visible alongside you. Remember, even when the loneliness of this path weighs heavy on your human heart, that you are never truly alone. The very stars that configured themselves on this day to mark your graduation are always present in the sky above you, holding the memory of this moment, reflecting back to you the truth of who you are. When you forget, and you will forget, because forgetting is part of the human experience. Look up. Let the night sky remind you. Let the cosmic arrangement whisper what your soul already knows. The first semester is complete. The second awaits. And everything you need for what comes next has already been placed within you and around you. Until the next transmission finds you, take care of your precious vessel, honor the grace you have earned, and step into your visibility with the knowledge that you were always meant for this. I am Seraphine. We love you, and we are watching over you.